Hello and welcome everyone to Variety Stick. Another beautiful day bring another beautiful phone from Moto, and today we have the Moto Edge 2025. Of course, in this video I will provide unboxing and review, so make sure to subscribe to Variety Stick, give me a thumbs up on this video, and without any further ado, let's find out. Now, the Moto Edge will be available in most of the US carriers such as Metro by T-Mobile, Toro Wireless, Cricket, Boost Mobile, and so on. And the phone available for retail price if you want to buy the phone upright from Moto for a price tag of $499. But don't be upset because most of the US carrier will provide the phone free when you switch from one carrier to another, or you can buy the upgraded price if you are existing customer, and the price depends on the carrier. It's between $279 up to $350. That depends where you purchase the phone from. I will try to leave links for where you can get the phone for the best price possible. And now let's take a quick look on the main specifications. And by the way, it doesn't matter where you buy the phone from, it will be the same specification. Starting with the display, we have 6.7 inches POLED, 1220 by 2712 for the resolution, means we have quad HD. The ratio is going to be 20 by 9. The amount of PPI is going to be 444 PPI. Screen to body ratio is going to be 92%, which is impressive in my opinion. And the screen made out of Gorilla Glass 7. Now, for the design and build, the phone has rated of the military IP68/IP69, means the phone will handle 1.5 meter with 30 minutes, and water jet pressure, mean the phone has the highest rating, which is IP69, which is great in my opinion. For the operating system, we have Android 15 supported by the Moto AI, and Moto will guarantee 3 years of operating system upgrade, and I believe 5 years of security patches, which is also a good thing. Now, for the internal hardware, we have MediaTek 7400 4nm. I would say for a mid-tier device, this is the best processor you can get, because this processor, it's octa-core, 4 times 2.6 gigahertz clock speed, which is impressive in my opinion. The GPU is going to be Mali G16. The phone does not take SD card if you ask me, and the phone has built-in storage 256 gigs with 8 gigabyte of RAM. Now, for the camera, starting with the main, and I believe Moto has done a great job of adding 50 megapixel with 1.8 aperture wide, and we have another 10 megapixel with 2.0 aperture, which is telephoto camera, provide up to 3 optical zoom, which is impressive, and up to 30x digital zoom. We have another ultra-wide camera, 50 megapixel. The video capability will be 4K at 30 FPS. And if you want to do 1080, the phone will give you up to 30 FPS, which is great in my opinion. And for the front-facing camera, we have 50 megapixel wide, 4K with 30 FPS, or 1080p at 30 FPS. And I see this is a positive thing because a lot of people record videos on the social media such as TikTok, Instagram. So the front-facing camera will be very helpful of recording videos. Now, speaking of high specification for the processor and the screen, this will require high battery capacity. We have 5200 milliamp, able to charge with turbocharged 68 watt, which is impressive in my opinion. Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra only 45 watt, and this phone has also a fast charge on the wireless charging up to 15 watt. And now let's take a closer look to the phone and the phone box by unboxing the device. As you can see, the Edge logo here shows this rainbow color. It's very beautiful. The box now, it's completely white, which is, I believe, if you have dirty hands, it's going to be easy to pick up on the box itself. It's not a good point in my opinion, but the package look so nice. It has some of the main specification IMEI number information. Let's go ahead and take this lid off, and first you guys gonna see a box inside the box, and this contains the C-type charger and the SIM ejector tool. And then here on the bottom we're going to see the device itself. The device is very small, by the way, due to the bezel on the phone, so 92% screen to body ratio, which is impressive in my opinion. So big screen with a smaller phone, which is impressive in my opinion. This key right there, it's going to be the Moto AI key. It's going to be just a shortcut, and the power key and the volume up key, they're going to be on the other side. Let's go ahead and take it out of this plastic and take a look onto the phone itself. Now here is the phone. The phone on the back, it's made out of eco leather. It's manufactured leather, it's not genuine leather, but it feels so nice. And something I don't really like that, because this will be easily scratched up, so make sure to get a case. Here's also a closer look to the keys. From here we have a 3 camera with a flash, as I explained. Moto logo. This is not going to be the fingerprint. The fingerprint will be inside the screen. The phone use optical, not the sonic type, so I believe if you do like a glass protector, it's not going to work very well. And then we have a speaker, fire from the bottom and also from the front, that because the phone has Dolby speaker, which is something nice. No headphone jack, as I said, no SD card. To add, the frame of the phone going to be plastic, so this phone is still considered mid-tier. It's not high-end, it's not flagship. You guys gonna expect some downgrade, especially for the build construction. Now we're gonna go ahead, turn the phone on, spend some time, and we will be back with more details and information about the Moto Edge 2025.
2,000 years later.
Now after spending almost 2 days with the phone, let me kick off with the design build construction. Without any doubt, the phone looks a premium, as expected from the Edge series from Moto. The Edge screen is beautiful, but it's not practical in my opinion. It's very difficult to find like a glass screen protector that fit the phone, so I'm not sure about the durability in case if you drop the device. You need to be very careful. Also, the phone has soft back. Fingerprint doesn't show on the back of the phone, which is a plus in my opinion, but I'm not quite sure if you use the phone without a case how durable the back of the phone. In my opinion, this is a plastic, so it's going to be easily scratched off. Other than that, the phone looks premium, as I said, and I don't have much complaint except the 2 things I have just mentioned. The phone in the hands look so small, so if you're looking into a smaller size phone, maybe the Moto Edge will be one of the options for you. Now also, one of the things that might bother some of you, the fingerprint located on the screen but it's down to the bottom, as you guys can see. It does work, does the job right, but I don't like the fact to be down there on the screen, especially if you want to have the phone in one hand. I believe it's going to be very difficult to unlock the screen. That's something I like Moto to change in the future Edge devices. Now for my experience with the display, I was not able to find anything I complain about. Everything is so good. The screen is loaded, high refresh rate up to 120 Hz, high brightness level, very vivid Edge screen, and this is also an OLED screen with Quad HD resolution. So I believe in the display department, nothing much to complain about. Now for the operating system, the phone has Android 15. This is going to be the latest as the time I'm recording the video. Moto normally adopt the Android stock, so bring whatever Google operating system and add some additional feature. The phone is loaded with so many features, such as all these Moto actions. If you shake the phone, the flash turn on. If you shake it back, or when you twist, it goes to the camera, and so on, which is I have to explain in completely separate video. But the Moto Edge has a specific key for the Moto AI. So the phone has Google Gemini for AI, and you can get the benefit from the Google Gemini AI and the Moto AI. The phone offers a few features if you just tap here, or you can replace this with the same key right there on the Edge. It should also give you the same features. That's if you want to get reminders or pay attention something about recording a script, and everything you record is going to be scripted, which is something nice to see. And also you can ask the phone for certain action, such as calling somebody, set up reminder, and give commands to the device. I will explain more about the Moto AI in another video, so make sure to subscribe to Variety Stick in order not to miss this video. Now, one of the things I didn't like in the operating system, when you go to the app drawer, you're gonna see apps, and then you're gonna see a news feed over here. I'm not sure why Moto has added this next to the app, because I believe a lot of people get confused, click on this by accident. That may be something good for somebody like to have a news on the phone. Some other people don't. So I prefer to have this in specific app for a news for somebody who wants to get the news. And also we have the Moto AI right there. So when you press over here, it's going to also bring some actions. I like just the standard search for my apps, because the way I feel this is going to be too much. So you have the AI key right here, right there, in a specific button, and also in the search. So I feel here we just need to be more simple for a specific search tool just to find the application. In case if you have a lot of application, it would be a lot easier. I mean, you can still do it with this search bar, but I feel it's a bit complicated. Other than that, I don't have any complaints about the operating system. It's very secure. Even if you have a fingerprint and you change any of the settings, the phone immediately gonna ask you to enter the PIN or the fingerprint, which is great enhancement for the operating system. Again, as I said, I don't want the video to be too long speaking about all the features that the phone offers, but would definitely make specific video. Now for the hardware performance, with MediaTek 7400 4nm, the phone provides stunning performance. I already done Geekbench and the phone shows very high score. Speaking of device, it might cost you around $280, give you on the single core 1000 and 3060 on multi-core. That means the phone has great performance. Rather you want to use your phone and you want your phone not to be laggy or slow or sluggish, you guys gonna get it with this device. Rather you want to play video games, I have tested games require high graphics, and also put the settings on the highest and the frame is smooth. I have no issues or whatsoever. I'm very happy with the performance of the hardware if we take the price of the phone in the consideration. Now, some people will complain about one thing, will be the storage. The phone came standard 256 gigs. There is no option to add SD card and no option to buy 512, for instance. For people who want to record a lot of video, they're going to take a lot of pictures. This maybe will be the only disadvantage in the hardware. Now, speaking about the battery performance, taking in consideration the high processor, the OLED screen, and the phone is powerful in general, that will consume a lot of power and juice from the battery. We have 5200 milliamp. That's fair enough for a device like the Moto Edge, and look how tiny that phone. And I'm very impressed with Moto how they added this big battery in such a thin device like this. 68 watt of a quick charge also help you to charge the phone with hour and 10 minutes fully charged, which is impressive in my opinion. The battery on the meantime, because the phone is still new, the battery is fresh, will last you 9 to 10 hours. That depends on how you use your device. Of course, in the future, when you have the phone up to 2 years, the battery performance is not going to be as the first time you starting using your device. But overall speaking, I have no problems or whatsoever. Last thing will be the camera. I tested the camera under all the light situation. Taking pictures with daylight, the picture is gonna be stunning, no problems whatsoever. And also I'm very impressed with 3 optical zoom, which is amazing in my opinion. No drop in the pictures, the quality will stay high with no problems, and you can do up to 30 digital zoom. The picture quality is not going to be good as you do 3x or 1x, but definitely that is a nice feature. And the phone is loaded with so many features. You can take macro, ultra wide pictures, you can do slow motion, 4K videos. So I didn't have much complaint about taking pictures when you have enough light. I tested also under under medium light, I found no issues or whatsoever. Under a low light situation, the pictures, they're sharp, and the phone provide night mode, which is impressive in my opinion, taking the pictures under low light situation without using flash, of course. And I start having issues with pictures in the lightning. So if you take pictures and you have certain light, it's not going to show the real color of the light, and it's not going to be the best quality. So here maybe Moto, they need to fix some lightning issue when you take picture under the low light situation. But in my opinion, the camera overall is impressive and I don't have much to complain. Speaking of the front-facing camera, also it's very impressive. Rather you take selfie picture under good light situation. If not, the screen will turn to white color and it's going to be very bright. Will help you also to take decent selfie picture under low light situation. Now the Moto Edge 2025 offer everything possible for any Android user. You want the AI, it's available. You want good camera, you want a high brightness level screen, high processor, you guys will find this. But you need also to take in consideration the Edge screen would be something very difficult to find a glass screen protector, especially for people who want more protection to the phone. Something I don't like. I'm not a big fan of this curved display. I prefer flat screen, and also the phone is not big, so a lot of people like bigger phone. Even the size of the screen is 6.7 inches, still consider, but due to the bezel-less display makes the phone look small in your hand. And that was very much it. Let me know what do you think about this phone. Leave your opinion in the comment below. Also encourage me and give me thumbs up. As always, we will talk to you in another video.